It's time for Trojan Talk with Trey Schaap on the Little Rock Trojans Radio Network. Tune in for all the Little Rock Trojans news, recaps, and updates. This broadcast is brought to you by Dillard's, Stevens, and Pepsi. Now, here's your host, Trey Schaap.
Welcome into another edition of Trojan Talk. Unfortunately, we are not at Waldo's Chicken tonight. The weather has really thrown a wrench into Trojan Talk for tonight, but we are joined by Steve Wiedower, head basketball coach of your Little Rock Trojans. Coach, good to be with you.
Good to be here, Trey.
A little bit slick ride coming in today, huh?
Yep. Had my four-wheel drive out today, so it made it pretty easy for me. But I picked up, 2 or 3 members of the staff, Coach Barron, Chaz. They called me and they couldn't get out of their driveway, so I picked them up on the way in, and we worked out this afternoon.
You didn't have fun in the parking lot like Coach Foley used to do with his four-wheel drive, did you? Doing donuts out there in the big Jack Stevens Center parking lot?
I didn't do any donuts today.
I know that's one thing he liked to do. He actually liked it when it got like this sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I think he loved the ability to get out there in his vehicle and get over that snow and ice. And, it'd be pretty tough to do a donut out there on that ice today.
Well, you don't know what you're going to do. I mean, you could lose control real quick. 67-57. Only played one game last week because of the weather that was forecasted and then came in. A loss to SEMO on the road, and I know you were disappointed. I know the ladies were disappointed. Everybody really thought that was a game that we could definitely win.
Yeah, I think, we just didn't do the things that we're capable of doing. And, they got some confidence, SEMO, and I give them credit. I mean, they made a lot of plays one-on-one and did some things against us that, we got to be able to stop and give them credit. They were able to make plays, but hopefully we learn from it and we can move on to this next one.
We'll talk more about that game here in a second, but let's talk about the decision that was made earlier that day during shoot-around. We found out that we were not going to make the trip to Martin, Tennessee, and play that game. We were going to come back on Friday morning after the SEMO game. That Martin, Tennessee game has been moved to a week from tomorrow, February the 3rd, 5:30 tip time in Martin, Tennessee. So the thought process there was, Coach, I think that we just didn't want to get stuck on the road. We could get to Martin, probably play that game, but then could we get back to campus?
Yeah, that was the big concern. And I think, looking at what happened, we probably may have got back today. If we'd have went up there, I think the possibility of us getting out yesterday wouldn't have been good. And then, probably, maybe today we might have got back in. And so now we'd be coming in today or even tomorrow and then getting ready to leave again on Wednesday.
Yeah, we head out on Wednesday. Before we talk more about the SEMO game, we were the only game that was scheduled for a Saturday that did not get to be played. Now, there were games that got moved up. There were games that got even moved a day ahead. Western Illinois went into Southern Indiana, and Morehead State was their swing last week. They played the game at Morehead State. And then they played – that was on Thursday night. They won that game. And then they went to Southern Indiana on Friday and beat them on Friday. And so that was a quick turnaround.
Yep. Yeah, that was one day in between. So, they got it in. And, but I think we did the right thing. I think that, now we can – we'll have to play on Tuesday next week, and we've still got 3 straight road games. So, we got to focus. We got to get ready for these 3 games.
When you look back at the tape of the SEMO game, what disappointed you in that one?
Well, it just our defense. We didn't lock them down the way that we needed to, and that's something you can control. And like I said, give them some credit. They executed and got some things going, but I think a lot of it was us just not executing what we needed to do on the defensive end.
Jordan Hallman finished with 14 points. Brenna Burke had 13 points. Elena Payne, a career-high 10 rebounds in that game. And Destiny Salgado, 9 and 9, 9 points, 9 rebounds, a point and a rebound away from a double-double. But like you said, just couldn't get things going. 18 of 53 from the floor, 34%. I know you'd like to shoot the ball better.
Yeah, we got to shoot it better than that, and and we got to be able to get stops when we need them, and we wasn't able to do it the other night.
Free throw line, too. We went to the free throw line right off the bat. First basic drive of the game, Iakoto gets fouled, and we split a pair at the line. 16 of 24 for the game. That's uncharacteristic. We've shot the ball a lot better from the free throw line than 66%.
Yeah, we were better than that. And then, when you go on the road, you better hit your free throws. What
did you tell the ladies after that game in the locker room?
We knew that we were going home the next day. And I told them, hey, you're disappointed. I'm disappointed. We got to be able to, go through this. The next thing we need to talk about is Tennessee State. We need to get that on our mind. And, we'll work out. Everybody was sort of, anticipating everything that was coming with the snow because you really don't know. And we didn't know if we, could get in the gym, when the next time we was going to be able to get together. But we were able to get together today and practice, and, we got after it pretty good. So, that's the main thing. Is the only thing we can control is what we're doing. And, just trying to work on it and get ready for Tennessee State right now.
So today was the first time that you were able to get the ladies into the gym. Did they do anything on their own outside of the last 2 days?
Yeah, they came in Sunday, and was able to get up shots. They don't live too far, so they were able to, to walk over here, and we had them, come over here and get up some shots in the gym and get moving around a little bit where they just wasn't stuck over in the dorm.
A lot more sleet than snow, so I'm sure it didn't make for any good snowball fighting amongst the team.
No, I wouldn't think so.
or snowman building or anything like that. They probably stayed. I did hear you on the bus on the way back. You said, hey, look, ladies, it's going to get bad. You need to go to the store now and get whatever you need because you could be in your dorm for quite some time.
Yeah, you got to sort of get ready for it here in Arkansas. And they stocked up a little bit, but, just glad to get back going today. And, we'll practice tomorrow, and then we'll leave out on Wednesday.
Well, we played Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech this week. And, Coach, the last time that we played Tennessee Tech, we gave them their first loss in 18 games in the regular season in the Ohio Valley Conference. And they haven't won a game since.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, they went on a downslide, but, that's how this conference is. I mean, anybody can beat anybody, and you better be ready each night out.
And those two, Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech, I mean, with this crazy scheduling, and throw the weather in there now, but before that it was even crazy because we were playing a team that had played a game on Tuesday night every Thursday after we got past that first week. These two teams are not going to play on Tuesday night because you were telling me that Tennessee State right now doesn't have power on campus.
Yeah, that's what, I heard, that there's a lot of power out there. So, they've canceled their game on Tuesday and they're moving it back to Monday. So that's sort of unfortunate for us because now, Tennessee State's next game is us on Thursday and Tennessee Tech's next game is us on Saturday. Yeah. So they're preparing for us right now.
They could be preparing, but maybe the fact that they're not in a game action mode, I mean, Tennessee Tech, that is, when we play them on Saturday, we would have had a game under our belt on Thursday, hopefully can maybe go in there and be on a little bit of run, especially if we get a win in Nashville.
Oh, yeah. There's if and ands on everything with what advantage you have, but we can only control what we can do. And so we're getting ready for Tennessee State, and then, after we play that game on Thursday, we'll get ready for Tennessee Tech.
What have your conversations with Jordan Hallman been of late? It seems to me like more teams are paying a lot of attention to her.
Yeah. I mean, that we expected that. I mean, that they're going to try to stop Jordan, and she's just got to do what she can do. I mean, she's got to take care of the ball. She's got to be a distributor. When they're double teaming her, get the ball to open people for good shots, and and just take her shots when she has them. You got to be ready to, when you get open, you got to be ready to, to shoot the basketball.
And the rest of the team, obviously, Destiny Salgado, the 9-9. If she can maybe contribute a little more scoring in the paint, grab a couple of more rebounds, if we could get her averaging about a double a night, I think we'd be in pretty good shape, don't you?
Yeah, that would really, and she's getting there. The thing that disappointed me at SEMO was our defense. Mm-hmm. I mean, we know we struggle some, offensively and doing some things there, but we're going to give our we're going to give our team a chance to win if we play like we can on the defensive end. And we didn't do that the other night at SEMO. We didn't give ourselves a chance because we didn't guard them the way we needed to. So, we're concentrating on that. And, I think the offense will take care of itself. They just got to, continue to improve. We like what we're doing on offense. We like what, our transition, our motion offense, we're getting better. But, defensively, we can't forget that end.
We're going to take a break right now. Come back with more with Steve Wiedower. He's the head basketball coach of your Little Rock Trojans. It's Trojan Talk with Trey Schaap. We're at the Ray Tucker Legends Room tonight. The newly crowned or christened Ray Tucker Legends Room. We should have a beer here and give a toast since we're in the Ray Tucker Legends Room, because I know that's what he would be doing if he were here. But we'll take a break, come back with more. It's Trojan Talk with Trey Schaap after this. Stay with us.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
The future is not about a bond reaching maturity. The future is what my grandfather worked for. It's what my father carried on. It's my responsibility today. The future is my son's tomorrow. At the Stevens Private Client Group, we believe that our strength builds success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk, live from the Ray Tucker Legends Room here inside of the Jack Stevens Center on the campus of UA Little Rock. Little Rock Trojan women's basketball head coach Steve Wiedower joining us. We'll be joined by Charles Baker, assistant basketball coach for Little Rock Trojans, a little bit later, and Maddie Bianchi, redshirt senior on the wrestling squad, is going to join us tonight. So looking forward to that. Coach, before we talk about Tennessee State and the problems they present to us, growing up, when you had weather like this, I know you grew up on a farm, and you were saying on the bus the other day that no matter what it was, the temperature or anything, you had to get out there and milk the cows, you had to feed the cows. When did you get to play in this stuff?
Well, you didn't, the first thing you had to do was take care of those cows. I mean, that was twice a day. You had to get all that done, get your chores done, and it didn't matter how cold it was. My dad even called me the other day. He said, "How would you like to be ready to go down to the barn right now?" But it's, it was a good experience. I mean, that was just part of it. Didn't matter what Mother Nature threw at you. You had to get it done. I remember one time we had a old Ford LTD car, and every other vehicle on the place would not start, or we couldn't get anything. And it was so cold that I remember we used that car to go drive out there and get the cows up, because everything was froze solid anyways. It didn't matter what you had as long as you could go.
Right, yeah.
So we used that car out in the middle of the field getting the cows up. But a lot of good experiences out there, and like I've always said, I've learned a lot from having to work on the farm.
I tried to get you to go up to your lake house and get your side-by-side and bring it down. You could have kept it at my house. I could have had some fun in that thing.
Yeah, you'd had fun, but it'd been cold. I mean,
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's not covered all the way. It'd been pretty chilly.
It would have been really, really cold. I saw a lot of those out. I guess people just decided to get out and have some fun. They thought, hey, the police aren't going to be able to catch us, so let's just go have some fun.
You can go anywhere in them. I mean, those side-by-sides, that ice, snow, you can pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah, you can do a lot of different things. It's going to be cold this week. Our trip to Tennessee, it looks like it's going to be really, really cold. We start off with Tennessee State in Nashville. The Tennessee State Tigers lost over there 2 years ago in a very difficult game that didn't go our way, lost in overtime. But we've had their number more times than not. We played them earlier this year, beat them here inside of the Jack Stevens Center. But it was a very physical game.
Yeah, and first thing I told the girls, before we started our scout with them is Tennessee State's a different team at home. I mean, that's just, they play a lot better on their home floor. And, you can't take in the fact, that you beat them here. We beat them pretty handily here, and they're just a different team. So we got to come in there with our A game. We got to be ready.
Yeah, 76-39 here inside of the Jack Stevens Center earlier this year, but it was a very physical game. But you got contributions from basically everybody that you put in the game scored that day. Jordan Hallman finished with 15. Cotto had 13. Salgado had 11. Jerry Lee had 13 off the bench. Baby J really got it done in that game. Would kind of like to get her going again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, she hit a big three the other night, at SEMO. If she can get going a little bit, that's just a great addition to our team.
Yeah, she was 3 of 4 at SEMO from the floor. So when she can get going, she can give Elena Payne a little bit of a breather, can't she?
Give her a breather, and also, Baby J can score. I mean, that's something that we need, and she's just got to continue to improve. And she's learning. She's learning the motion, and I think she, can be a big factor here coming down the stretch.
I've got to figure out if I can get my steak at Jimmy Kelly's at some time while we're in Nashville. Great place to go, and I don't know if we're going to get there early enough on Wednesday or if I do it after the game on Thursday. We'll just have to wait and see. But if you've never been, Jimmy Kelly's, that's a great place to go and get a steak in Nashville. And it seems like the fact that when we go to Nashville, most of the time it seems like it's been on a Saturday, on a weekend, where you could, on a Friday night, go experience some of the nightlife. Not the ladies and coaches, obviously, but it's a great place to go. A lot of activity going on around that town.
Oh, yeah, Nashville. I mean, I've been there a few times, during our shutdown periods and breaks, and it just seems like that city's just really popular for, people for getting away, weekend getaways. I've seen a lot of wedding parties, Brian.
Yeah.
I think they do a lot of that there.
Yep, I think they do as well. What do you think it is, Coach, about that arena that is so difficult that makes them a totally different team at home than on the road?
Well, I don't know if it's pretty much the arena or just them being there, but I just know every year those 3 games, we've played them there on the road 3 times, and they've been tough games. Totally different than what, playing them here at our place. So, they just come out and I guess they're comfortable there at home, and it's going to be a tough game. I mean, we got to be ready for it.
And then Tennessee Tech on Saturday, it'll be their first game since they last played and lost to SIUE on Saturday when the Trojans go into the Eblin Center there in Cookeville, Tennessee. They've lost every game that they have played since they played us, so you know that they're going to want to try and get that losing streak snapped.
They got to get it turned around, and they're going to be, with their backs to the wall and come out and they'll be ready. And we've had some great games there, at Tennessee Tech. The last 3 years, I think they pretty much all came down to the wire. Maybe last year, I think they got us pretty good there, but the other 2 I know were right down to the wire.
Yeah, I remember Sally Korma hitting a shot one year. I think maybe Jayla Brooks hit a shot, or Jordan Hallman last year was kind of different, like you said. They wanted us last year, and they got on us pretty good. I still go back to the first year in the conference championship game when they beat us in Evansville in the finals of that. But, yeah, so going to be a tough week, but 3 straight on the road, like you said earlier, and then hopefully the ladies can get through this stretch and hey, if we can pick up some wins, it'll be nice because we're right there in the middle of the conference race, aren't we?
Yeah, we're right there. And if we can get a couple of wins on the road here, it would be huge. And, like I said, this is our toughest stretch. These 4 games of, on the road will be our toughest stretch of the season, so we can get through it, and then we get to play, a couple at home and then finish up our road trip the next week, and then we get all 4, straight home games at the end. So we get through this and keep improving, keep getting better, and just, staying healthy. That'll be big for us right now.
All right. Trojan ladies take on Tennessee State, 5 o'clock on Thursday from Nashville. We'll be on the air at 4:45 for that game. Coach, we'll see you over in Nashville.
Thank you, Trey.
He's Steve Wiedower. I'm Trey Schaap, back with more Trojan Talk after this. Stay with us.
Strength is measured not by the number of accounts. Strength is placing value on relationships. It's having the vision and the guts to invest in growth. It's the commitment to responsibly manage your money. At Stephens, we believe that our strengths build success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stephens, member NYSE, SIPC.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Game Time Wraps, a company whose roots are firmly planted in Arkansas but has worldwide vision, is your source for vehicle and architectural graphics and is a leader in sports flooring, serving customers across the country. Game Time Wraps does everything from their home base right here in Central Arkansas. Call them today at 501-771-9727 or visit their website at GameTimeWraps.com.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back into Trojan Talk. Trey Schaap with you. Good to have Steve Wiedower, head basketball coach of your Little Rock women, joined now by assistant basketball coach Charles Baker. Bake, what's up, man?
Not a whole lot, Trey. I'm just fighting this snow like everybody else.
Everybody else. I mean, it just threw a wrench into everything that we wanted to do, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But for some reason, it's not bothering you or I, so we're all right.
We're here. We're here. We can get this done. Unfortunately, we're not at Waldo's Chicken and Beer tonight. We hope to be back there next week. We'll see how the schedule works and everything. I know you guys, I think y'all are just going to stay on the road, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah, but we're going to play Thursday, Saturday, and Tuesday. And, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to
come all the way back when you have a late
Sunday
game.
Morning,
yeah,
drive right back Monday. So
yeah. Well, let's talk about the game.
We don't know if the weather allows us to do that anyway.
Well, that's true. There could be. I mean, it's going to be very, very cold, and there's the potential for snow over in Tennessee as well this week. So we'll just have to play that by ear. But last week, Bake, a trip to SEMO, and unfortunately the Trojans fall to the Red Hawks by 5. Tough game.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, there's a thin line between winning and losing, and your margin for error. Everybody has a different margin for error, and ours is not huge right now. And you go back and look at the tape, and you could feel it during the game. We missed 11 shots at the basket, with either point blank layups or 2 or 3 foot shots. We just didn't concentrate and finish them. And if you only miss 8, you got a 1-point win. And so it's a really a thin line when you look at it, and you try to get an advantage wherever you can get one.
Yeah, and when you look at that and the fact that you as a coach, you go to your guy and you say, look, you're getting the shot we want. You guys, we've got to convert those, right?
We got horse telling them that. we're getting people see the missed jump shots, the missed 3-point shots, but you know, those shots in the lane, they add up. You know, at the end of the game, they add on to the total also. And, you know, when you miss free throws or you miss the easy layups at the basket, you know, it comes back to haunt you.
You shoot 22 of 60 from the floor in that game, and like you said, 11 of those at the rim that you miss. I mean, let's say, yeah, you make, 5 of those? Totally different basketball game.
Totally different game. And they weren't bad shots. They, I mean, the people who could make them, you know, was taking them. You know, we had so many just roll out and in, and I told somebody, I said, you know, I've been around basketball my whole life, and it's a funny thing, you know, when you shoot it in that circle, it finds a way to go in. So if it's not going in, it's something that you're not doing.
Right. Sometimes
there's not a leprechaun, you know, it's not the Boston Garden. There's not a leprechaun sitting at the top of the basket swatting shots away. You got to concentrate.
Is that what happened up there?
That's what I've always heard.
We need to talk to Joe Klein about that because he played up there. I wonder if since he was a Celtic, his shots went in.
Oh, yeah.
But then when he came in with another team, that's when he couldn't make them, right?
Right.
I was going to bring up, if Walker was here today, I don't know if you know this, Bake. It was 44 years ago tonight in College Station, Texas, that Darrell Walker
hit his only jump shot of his college career.
You're the one that said that, not me. You're the one that said that.
He'll tell you that himself.
He pulled up at the top of the key, knocked down a jump shot, and Arkansas beat Texas A&M by 1.
I remember that game. Everybody sprinted off the court.
I remember seeing Joe Klein in a button-down shirt because he was redshirting, and he's just going nuts. I sent a text today to a group that I said, "Who is that big giraffe down there on the end that's going nuts?"
Well, that's why they went berserk over there because nobody could believe he hit a 20-foot jump shot.
That's what Big Joe said. He said we were all surprised that Walker was able to make a jump shot. He could play some defense though.
Yeah, he could do that. He could score it too. I always tell him, you know, people say he couldn't shoot and. Him and Allen Robinson, those guys couldn't shoot. And I've always said, no, y'all were great shooters from where you shot from. That's the only thing that counts.
Yeah. What this season, Bake, what you guys are going through with the injuries that you have had as an assistant coach, as a coaching staff, how taxing has it been on you guys to try and find anything to keep these guys together?
Well, this is going to sound strange to you, but, you know, when you end it in the beginning, it's like a gut punch. I mean, you practice all summer, and then the people you was practicing putting stuff in for, they're no longer available. So, you know, if I could just chronologize it, you know, it's the very first exhibition game against Pine Bluff, where Braxton Baylor's very first practice where he made it from the beginning to the end was the day before that.
Wow.
So he missed the whole summer, and he just went out there, and he was just playing on the wing. And so, you know, you kind of figure it out. And you say, well, you know what? We're going to get very long down the middle and put this 1-3-1 zone in. And you could see it having some success in the Marquette game. And so we go out the next game against Texas State, and that's the plan. We're going to do that. And Terrion Burgess, who was playing great, starting to come into his own.
He was really coming on, the freshman.
Well, 2 minutes into the game, I can't go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so there goes that game plan. So So that's fine. We'll put Caleb Pennyfeather up there. And we're at Southern Illinois, and it's going beautiful. And Tungacek gets kicked in the eye. And then you have to put Braxton Bayless in the back, where there's a difference between a 6-foot guy and a 6'10" guy. And we couldn't get a rebound out of it. You know, Braxton played his butt out of it.
A 6'10" guy that has the wingspan of a 7'47".
Exactly. And so then we come back and we play UCA, and it's like, oh, boy, it just everything just hit the wall, because then you find out the day before the game, and I mean, we're thinking we may have lost Toon for the year.
Right.
We think he may have a detached retina, and we find out no, he's concussed. He's not going to play. So now you're starting all over from scratch, and I mean, you got 4 of your top 5 guards out, and somewhere in between all that time, to be honest with you, it got to be fun. It's like, okay, this is a challenge. I mean, this is the type of opportunity that makes you grow as a coach. I mean, you go out there and win every game by 20 points. I mean, what are you going to learn from that? So, you know, you learn a lot about your team. You learn a lot about your staff. You know, everybody gets locked in, and you figure out a way. And, I think that's what we've done down the stretch. And, I mean, everybody to a man, you know, believes right now, okay, we do what we're supposed to do, we can go out and win this league, and that's what we're trying to do now.
All right, I want you to hang on to that thought because I want to ask you about what you have learned about this team now that we're where we are. We'll get to that after the break. We've got to step aside. It's Trojan Talk live from the Ray Tucker Legends Room here inside of the Jack Stevens, Coach.
Make sure you say Ray Tucker.
You have to say Ray Tucker Legends Room. I told Coach Wiedower, I said, we should have a beer in here since we're in the Ray Tucker Legends Room. Yeah, there you go. A margarita machine. Where can we get one of those put in here? Yeah. We'll be back with more after the break. Stay with us.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
At Stevens, our philosophy is to invest every dollar as if it were our own. To seize opportunity, to anticipate rather than react, to deliver constant focus in an ever-changing world, and to pursue the objectives of our clients in order to help them reach their financial goals. A proven history of helping companies and individuals. Stevens, member NYSE SIPC.
Need a simple breakfast, lunch, or dinner for your family, team, or business? Proud sponsor and local owner-operator A.J. Roller's Chick-fil-A restaurant at Markham University has you covered. From Chick-fil-A nuggets in mini trays, mac and cheese trays, to chocolate chunk cookie and chocolate fudge brownie trays. Order through the Chick-fil-A app or call the store. A.J.'s team will have breakfast, lunch, or dinner ready for you and your team in no time. And don't forget to pick up a gallon of their famous freshly made tea or freshly squeezed lemonade.
The Trojans have been dominating in the paint, but does it guarantee a win? We'll see, Peter.
Like how playing the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a guaranteed win for students.
Huh?
Every ticket you buy in Arkansas funds scholarships. And since 2009, they've raised more than $1.5 billion for Arkansas students.
Wow. So no matter the score, that's a win for students. Back to the game.
That's right, folks. Playing the lottery is a big win for students and could be for you, too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk, live from the Ray Tucker Legends Room here inside of the Jack Stevens Center. We hope to be back at Waldo's Chicken and Beer next week and for the foreseeable future. Hopefully this weather gets out of here. But, Coach, like you said, Coach Charles Baker joining us, the fact that it's going to be really, really cold this week, maybe the coldest air we have seen this weekend when we're over in Tennessee, two games there. You were talking before the break about you learn a lot about your team when you have gone through the adversity that you guys have gone through this year. What have you learned about this team?
Well, in the past, we really like to get out after people and press and trap and speed up the game, so to speak. Well, we don't have the personnel to do that right now. But we do have the personnel to get real long out on the court and keep everything in front of us. And I'm listening to the coaches on the other end screaming at guys, move it. And I've heard some of them post-game talk where it's like, we don't know what to do. Our guys can't throw it over those big guys that they have at top.
Yeah.
And, so we get at times, some of those big guys that get tired and they won't get their hands in there. And if I tell you, people don't realize this. Tune Gatchek has a 7'4" wingspan. So does Kachi Enzi.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 7'4". And Caleb Pennefelder is about a 7'2" wingspan. And Jonathan Lawson has a 7-foot wingspan.
Long.
So, but it's tough to keep your arms up all night. But
right.
But when we have these possessions where we're aggressive on the ball and everybody got their hands up, you can't see anything behind you. And so that's what we've really been working on, trying to keep the ball in front of us. Don't let people penetrate you and drop your shoulders so they can see everything. So, and that's what we've learned about this team is when we can keep things in front of us. I mean, you take Lindenwood. Lindenwood's one of the, best scoring teams in the league. They really get out and play in transition where they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't. And there was times in that game where when Caleb Pennefelder was in, they just threw the ball into his hands trying to reverse it to the other side. And it doesn't matter whether they turn it over or not. When we get our arms up, you have to lob a pass so it allows the next defender to rotate.
To slide over.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's one thing I see when Coach Walker and you and CT are walking through things, and even Coach Eustace, the fact that you guys are trying to teach these guys, hey, look, there's a reason we want you to do this, is because on the back end something else is going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what I did one day. I want you to try to imagine this. We're in that 1-3-1 defense, and I had Braxton have the ball, and I got Kachi and Toon to stand right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, can you see what's behind you? Can you see Caleb Pennyfeather open under the basket? He goes, no. So I said, take a step back. Can you see him now? No. Can you take a step back? Can you see him now? No. Drop your hands and take another step back. Braxton go, I can see everything back there now.
Yeah.
I said, and that's my point. It's like being in front of a tall building. You can't see the top of it. But if you move back a few blocks, you can see everything. And we want to be the tall building. We want to get in front of you and disrupt your vision on what's back there.
Tall buildings that move. And I think you talk about Toon Gatkak and a play that he made. I'm going to go back to Southern Indiana. He commits the turnover on offense, but then those long arms go down the other end of the floor. They go up for a layup. He just plucks the ball off of the backboard with two hands, comes down, turns, outlet pass. You kick it ahead to Cam Wallace, former Parkview Patriot. Yes, the View. And he goes in, dunks, foul, go to the line. Just that type of play right there, I think, shows you what this team is capable of.
And that's what the guys are starting to learn. You don't have to be a hero on any play.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to hit home runs. Just do your job. If your job is to go walled up and be big, do that. If your job is to make someone lob a pass for the next guy, just do that. Don't get off script. Don't try to steal a ball when it's when that's not your job. Just keep it real simple, because if you think about it, we're playing with forwards and post players right now, and that's fine. So we're going to play like forwards and post players.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna maximize all our strengths, and everybody knows what our weaknesses are on the court. And you ever notice that every team that we play against is 10, 11 deep?
Oh yeah.
They're not always 10, 11 deep.
No.
They're trying to tire you out. You take SEMO, for instance. What you saw the very first 5 minutes of the game. Okay, I know what their game plan is.
Right.
They take the ball out. We take the ball out of bounds, and they will immediately go guard Braxton. And it's like, okay, Jonathan, Lawson, we're going to make you dribble it up the court all night. Not because we don't think you can dribble. It's because
we're going to get into your legs.
At the end of the game, you're going to be too tired to run around and make all these jump shots.
Right.
And so, it's like playing chess. Okay, we got to counter that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to find a way. Tennessee State lost to them 84-79 here inside of the Jack Stevens Center, a game that we could have won earlier this season. Coach, what's it going to take on Thursday night to try and beat the Tigers?
Well, we got to get back in transition on defense and keep the ball in front of us. If we keep the ball in front of us, we're going to be fine. We can't miss the easy shots at the baskets.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have ill-advised we can't have live ball turnovers, because they run better than anybody. And if you get a live ball turnover, it's going to be hard to get set up on defense. So we got to take care of the basketball on the offensive end, keep it in front of us on defensive end, and make some shots. And I'm not talking about make a bunch of 25-foot shots. I'm talking about make the shots
make the
around
easy shots, that you should make. UT Martin leads the conference right now, 7-2. Little Rock 6-3. A half game right behind Tennessee State and Morehead State. Coach, this is a conference race that is up for grabs right now, isn't it?
It really is. It's like you're starting the second half of the season and everybody's tied right there.
Yeah.
Now, there's some advantages to that. We played the majority of our conference games on the road so far.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get a homestand. These 3 games we got on the road here are big. And I'll tell you why, because in a way the weather helped us out. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but every team that we have played so far on a Saturday, well, they've been off since Tuesday. we have the Thursday, Saturday game
Yep.
because of we're the odd team in the league, and everybody else, we don't have a travel partner, so they play each other on Tuesdays and we play the other one on Saturday. So you get about 4 days to prepare for us. Well, that's not going to happen this week. We're going to play Thursday, and then we're going to play Saturday, and instead of playing Martin after that on 1 day's preparation like we would have, then we get to prepare 3 days, and they only get 3 days also because they're going to be playing on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Right.
So this works out for the best. You got to find those little victories that you can look forward to and say, okay, how can we use this in our advantage?
No doubt. And I'm sure that the players understand, too, that, hey, look, we want to get good seeding in that conference tournament because the less that you guys have to play when you get to Evansville, the better, right?
We want to be at the top of that conference when it's all said and done. I'll just make no bones about that. We want to be at the top of it.
Yeah.
And I think with the way we've been playing, if we can just, fix a few things here and there, and we're able to do that. I mean, I think the mood going into it, everybody's going to feel so much better about themselves after everything we've gone through this year.
All right. Well, Coach, good luck this week. We'll see you in Nashville for the game against the Tigers, and then in Cookeville, Tennessee for Tennessee Tech. And hopefully the Trojans go 2-0, 3-0 on this next 3 games and come back to the Jack Stevens Center with a big ball of steam and up towards the top of the OVC conference.
Well, that sounds real good to me, Trey. I appreciate you.
Hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can do that. Glad you were able to sit in. Hey, you hit your jump shots back in the day, right?
Oh, I hit a whole bunch of jump shots.
I know you. yeah. Unlike Coach, who might just hit one to win a game, you were knocking them down back in the day.
Unfortunately, I wasn't as quick and athletic as he was. So.
All right, Coach Baker, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll be back. Matty Bianchi, redshirt senior on the Little Rock Trojan wrestling squad, is going to join us next. Stay with us.
The future is not about a bond reaching maturity. The future is what my grandfather worked for. It's what my father carried on. It's my responsibility today. The future is my son's tomorrow. At the Stevens Private Client Group, we believe that our strength builds success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
Did you know you can experience unlimited access to ArkansasOnline.com and premium sports content? That's right. Get news anytime, anywhere, including daily and breaking email newsletters sent directly to your inbox. Get access to archives, photo galleries, event calendars, and much more. Take advantage of a digital subscription today at ArkansasOnline.com and stay connected to the most reliable, up-to-date news anytime, anywhere.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk live from the Ray Tucker Legends Room here inside of the Jack Stevens Center. Joined now by Matty Bianchi, redshirt senior on the Little Rock Trojan wrestling squad. You got a couple of scars there. I mean, you look like a wrestler. Yeah. You guys just got back from Oregon.
Yep, Oregon State, yeah.
And you said y'all were like fingers crossed whether or not you were going to be able to get back, right?
Yeah, as soon as we left, looking at the weather, we're like, we're not getting back. So as soon as we got done with the duel, we had practice the next day, and Oregon State thankfully let us back in the room. And so we were able to get some adjustments right away after the duel and just hang out with the team a little bit more because I guess, we're stuck together, so might as well hang out, more bonding. But
What's it like being a wrestler at Little Rock, one of the programs that is a newer program to collegiate wrestling?
It's pretty fun. I mean, right off the bat, the selling point for Coach Erisman to us was you can be the first in everything you do. And when you look around, I mean, a lot of these wrestling schools, Penn State, Oklahoma State, Iowa, there's so much history behind them, and that's very cool. But it's also cool to be that team that started the history and they can look back, and we have all the first year singlets, first year team gear, and it's pretty cool to kind of have that and be one of those guys that did it back in the 1930s, 1950s, So I think it was really cool to be one of the first, and our school has supported us super well. I mean, our school, our donors, we have one of the best wrestling facilities in the nation, 4 full mats, and we just keep upgrading it year by year. It gets better and better. So it's really awesome. The school has done a great job, and it's pretty cool just being down in the South, too, because I grew up in Wisconsin. So being down in the South, that was a cool opportunity to be in just a completely different area, especially an area that didn't really know a lot of wrestling. So It's kind of cool.
Yeah, being from Wisconsin, I guess you're used to this kind of weather, right? This time of the year?
Yeah, this is nostalgic for me. It feels pretty good. I mean, I don't mind the snow. I like the snow, but
they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, that's the big problem. That's what we said. I mean, I can deal with snow. I can drive in it. I got a big truck out there, but there's no plows down here, and it's so crazy how it turns into a ghost town down here. Everyone's inside.
It really does. I was talking with AD Frank Cuervo earlier today, and he came from Chicago to here, and he said, yeah, in Chicago, I said, Frank, in Chicago, this would all be gone, basically. And he goes, we call this Tuesday in Chicago when you have to deal with this. But, all right, you guys get back from Oregon. You got a big meet this weekend here inside of the Jack Stevens Center. The Missouri Tigers are coming into the Jack. What's it like wrestling out there on the Jack?
The Jack has been great. I mean, I get more nervous, honestly, for the Jack because it's more nerves and excitement because – when you're going out there, I mean, there's a lot more people in stands that care, and especially our Roctagon, we call it, of the mat. We have all those people that are right around, those season ticket holders, those people who are donating to us. They see us a lot. Some of them come into our practices every once in a while. So seeing those guys being right there in front of them, I mean, it means a lot because you want to perform in front of them, and you want the people who support you. You want to go out there and show them that they're not supporting like nothing. They're doing something meaningful. So it's awesome being out there in the Jack, and I mean, when we get a little bit of a crowd, it's awesome. I love it. I fuel off it, and just as soon as a takedown happens, I mean, the place erupts. So it's really awesome, especially having the Tigers out there. I mean, we beat them last year, so I know they're coming hard and they're coming for blood. So I know it's going to be an exciting duel.
Coming for blood.
Yep.
Pardon the pun there. I mean, it's wrestling. I mean, you got scratches on your face. I can see it. But let's go back to last year for you. NCAA All-American. What does that mean?
That means a lot. I mean, it was just the first time I went to a national tournament was in 2019. I watched my older brother, Paul, wrestle in it, and just seeing the level of competition. I mean, just these guys who were hammers in high school, still hammers in college, and just seeing some of these guys out of the tournament on the first day, and it was just mind-blowing. I'm thinking, when I was there, I was thinking, how would I ever place at this tournament? And just all of a sudden, time 5 years later, and I'm in a position to do it. And it was just a lot of belief, a lot of coaches believing in me, family believing in me, a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith in Jesus and praying really hard before matches. And, I try not to use God for wrestling. I try to use wrestling for God, get closer to him. And that was a big step in my college career. I didn't start off too hot. And when I just started to have kind of more belief in everything, in myself, in my coaches, in God, and just moving forward, it almost was like I was surrendering the outcome, and I just started having fun and started loving the scraps, loving the hard matches. And NCAAs, every guy when I told that line, I just was confident that I could get the job done because I wasn't having this hope factor of it being easy. I wanted it to be hard. I wanted it to be a dogfight. That's what I kept saying. I was like, let's do it. Let's have a dogfight. And something that my mom still texts me today because she asked me, how's it going at the tournament. I said, I'm just going to keep taking these guys out to deep waters and see who swims. And so now she likes to text me that before matches, taking them out to deep waters.
That's a good saying there. When did you know? When did it click that, okay, this is really starting to happen for me?
I think last year was – I think 2 years ago I was starting to find confidence, starting to feel that improvement and find a groove. But then last year it was here at the Jack. I wrestled a guy from Central Michigan, and he was a blood rounder, which means he was one match from placing. So it's the Friday night, super pumped. There's semifinals going on, and on the sides there's blood rounds, which you win, you get your dream. You're an All-American. If you lose, you go home. No matter how close you were, you're out. So he was blood rounder, which is very tough to do, very hard. That's basically a top 12 position. And I was able to get the win in overtime, and that's when I felt it. I was like, this guy's legit. He's been in the position to do it, which, you could say he just got a bad spot and, didn't All-American. He maybe could have done it in a different spot in the bracket, but I that really made my confidence soar. And then after that, one of my coaches, Coach Albert White, he said, "You're over the hump and don't look back." So I just kept going, and I've never wanted to get back over that hump, so I just try to get as far away from it as possible and just keep going.
I love to hear that. We've got more with Maddie Bianchi coming up. It's Trojan Talk live from the Jack Stevens Center. Back with more after this. Stay with us.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Game Time Wraps, a company whose roots are firmly planted in Arkansas but has worldwide vision, is your source for vehicle and architectural graphics and is a leader in sports flooring, serving customers across the country. Game Time Wraps does everything from their home base right here in Central Arkansas. Call them today at 501-771-9727 or visit their website at GameTimeWraps.com.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Strength is measured not by the number of accounts. Strength is placing value on relationships. It's having the vision and the guts to invest in growth. It's the commitment to responsibly manage your money. At Stevens, we believe that our strengths build success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
Welcome back inside to Trojan Talk here inside of the Ray Tucker Legends Room inside of the Jack Stevens Center. We're joined by redshirt senior Maddie Bianchi. And as we wrap up this edition of Trojan Talk, Maddie, last year Pac-12 champion for your weight class. Congratulations on that. I think this is the first time I've seen you since you won that title. What was it like when you won that? What were the emotions for you when you were Pac-12 champion?
I mean, the emotions were I wasn't really thinking, Pac-12 champ. I was thinking, yes, I'm going to nationals. And but then afterwards, I'm like, oh, and I also won. That's really cool. But it was awesome. I mean, it was at Oregon State, a very hostile environment. We beat them that year in the duels, and they just, their crowd hates us. So as soon as I won, I mean, it was a close match. I beat the kid better here in the duel. And then there it got a little closer. Some kind of craziness happened, but I was able to get the job done, and it was just instant boos. And so that was super fun because my teammate won before me, and then my brother won right after me, and then our teammate won again after that. So it was awesome that there was just these rounds of constant boos happening. But it was awesome, and that Pac-12 title was cool. Just it was just consistency that paid off. But the big thing was getting to be able to go to nationals, because that's the whole reason we're doing this whole season, is to qualify, get to that tournament, because to be there, I mean, you got to be in it to win it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Once you get to that tournament, it's all 0-0 after that. Everyone's record's the same. Doesn't matter what you did in the past. And just being at that tournament, it's just whoever's better that day, because most of those guys, they're all right here, and they're all, oh, he's 1% better, but maybe he's having an off day, and that's all it is. It's 3 days where you got to try to be your best.
You got a banner hanging inside the Jack Stevens Center, and you're still playing, or I say playing, you're still wrestling for the Trojans. You're still a student athlete. What does that banner mean to you?
Man, that was really something special. It's just so cool. I mean, coming here, I committed here when I was 16 years old, and I see some of those banners of like just legendary players that have been here, done special things, and it's super cool that I'm actually gonna be able to leave my mark. And when I come here, I'm an old guy, and I can say, hey, look, that's me, that's my banner. I was somebody one day, and
bring your kids and grandkids in.
Yeah, and it's really cool. But there is a spot open on the banner. You can see they do All-American. They threw a weight class up, but they left some space underneath to hopefully make an edit on it later on.
For this year?
Yep, for this year.
All right.
Yeah.
You got the Pac-12 championships coming up in San Luis Obispo, California, and then the NCAA championships, if you are fortunate enough to make it back there, Cleveland, Ohio. Obviously, that's a goal, right?
Yep. And that's a goal, and that's a full circle moment, because, like I said, in 2019, I saw my first NCAA championship tournament, and that was in Cleveland, Ohio. So
cool.
Full circle moment that I'm going to be back there where I thought, man, is this even going to be possible, and trying to do the impossible. So it's going to be fun, and I know I got the support of my teammates, my fiance, my family, and just so many people here at Little Rock. I mean, when it comes to that March season, you can just see everybody cares, and even the student athletes here last year, I remember them, a lot of people coming up to me and saying congrats, and it was cool seeing just the support from everybody here.
The season is wrapping up quickly. You guys have Missouri in here on Saturday, Hometown Heroes Night, faculty and staff appreciation here inside of the Jack Stevens Center, 6 o'clock. What's going to happen out there on the mat?
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle for sure. Missouri coaches their guys extremely well. They had a 2-time NCAA champ who graduated last year, and he's on their team still as an assistant coach. So I know he's getting his guys ready, and they always come ready. Everybody, no matter whether they're a starter or backup, their guys are ready to fight. And like I said, I love that. I love those dog fights, and it's just that dramatic fashion and that build up, that rush of just going in there. And like I said, especially for a duel in front of this crowd, it's just you and the other guy on the mat. So everybody's watching, everybody's waiting for that moment, and it's going to be exciting. I'm super pumped.
Maddie, what does Neil Erisman mean to you?
He means a lot. I mean, that guy, he saw me as a 15, 16-year-old kid. He believed in me. He believed I could do something special here. And it started off kind of on a rough patch of my career, but I just I couldn't leave this place, and I kept coming back, and I kept having a better attitude with wanting to improve, and he kept believing in me. And man, he means a lot. He means a lot. We butt heads like sometimes, but it's always in good faith, because I know he wants what's best for me, and it's just been awesome having him here and seeing what he's grown too, because I got to see a little bit of that with my brothers being here when I was younger, and so from early age I was starting to buy into this program and trying to be the first at what we want to do here and make history, and it's been awesome to be part of it.
Real quick, if there's some wrestler out there that's thinking, well, should I give Little Rock a chance? Why should they?
I think you should give Little Rock a chance because it's your opportunity to make history, rewrite your own history, and do something special that a lot of people aren't able to do. I mean, I look at Kurt Signetti, Indiana Hoosiers. I mean, a lot of people thought, man, that team sucks. They'll never be good. And for us, I mean, seeing a wrestling team that started off with just grabbing JUCO guys, D2 guys, anyone they could find, and now growing into something so competitive is special. So, yeah.
Awesome. He's Matty Bianchi. Thanks for joining us, Matty. Don't forget Little Rock Trojans basketball this week. on the road in Nashville. First game, 5 o'clock on Buzz 2 right here, Little Rock and Tennessee State. So long, everybody.